We have come to Sahaja Yoga because we wanted to know the absolute truth. And this absolute truth has been now known to you through your vibrations. You know it through your vibrations what is the absolute truth. And you should work everything on that line, that absolute truth, whatever you feel on your vibrations, you have to follow. But unfortunately, I have seen many people think that their vibrations are all right, they are all right, and whatever they are receiving on their vibrations is first class. Now, how to correct that point is very difficult. It comes from ego. When you have ego, you can never find anything wrong with you. And even if the vibrations are telling you something, it might be somebody else who is telling you something. Because you are not there, your ego is there. And your ego is just spoiling you and teaching you things which normally you would see clearly that I am doing something wrong. I should not have done it. In this process of correction and improvement, when you indulge, you should see, are you getting subtler or grosser? That is the best way to judge. Now I have seen people who go on judging on small things like vibrations, whether this vibration are all right or not in this tree, or on these flowers, or on this land. All kinds of material things they want to see the vibrations. But for what are you seeing the vibration? You are seeing vibration because some sort of a material gain. You think that if you check the vibrations and the vibrations are all right, then you are quite safe. We will not lose this, we will not lose that. It's not true, because vibrations are not meant to judge all these worldly things and worldly matters. It's absolutely cheapening the vibrations. You should not cheapen them. Because vibrations can suggest things which may be detrimental to your growth very much. Once I wanted somebody to go somewhere, so he said, I didn't go, mother. I said, why? Because I saw the vibrations were very bad. I said, that's why I asked you to go. If the vibrations were good, what was your use going there? That's the reason I asked you to go there, so that you could help. But before that, you judged yourself, judged your vibrations, and then you didn't want to go. So what happens? We want to have an easy, cozy life. And all our problems must be solved by Sahaja Yoga, otherwise we think Sahaja Yoga is of no use. Whatever is our desire must be fulfilled. So now the desires are mostly personal. My child is not well, so the child should be all right. My husband is misbehaving, the husband should be all right. Or I have no house, so I must get a house. See how we are moving our mind. It's still on a very consumer society, as they call it. We are all the time thinking now, I should have a son now instead of a girl, and you get a son, then you blame Sahaja Yoga for that. Anything that according to your desire doesn't work out, then you think it's Sahaja Yoga which has done the harm, and you are suffering because of Sahaja Yoga. Or this faith in Sahaja Yoga gets little moving, or we can say in a way, it's not that deep. But if you are deeply embedded in Sahaja Yoga, then what happens? What may come, I will be a Sahaja Yogi. Supposing somebody dies. Normally in Sahaja Yoga, it's difficult for people to die also, I must tell you. Even if they want to die, they can't die. It's the Parama Chaitanya which decides for you. But supposing you take up a position like that, still you must know that that wish may not be fulfilled. If that is not fulfilled, then you feel disturbed and you think, what's wrong? But your wish is not the wish of God Almighty.